Gestures have been a staple in sports since the dawn of time. From cavemen beating each other to death to soccer players also beating each other to death. But one gesture has been so symbolic that it will probably outlast humanity itself. And that's the middle finger. And look, if you're driving in Boston, it's mandatory. But one team made the fatal mistake of employing the greatest weapon in their arsenal far, far too late in their tournament run to have the biggest impact that we may have ever seen the middle finger have in Valorant history. But Valorant's relationship to the middle finger is strange. Very, very strange compared to pretty much anywhere else in the universe that you would see the middle finger in. Now, it's not as odd as teabagging, but that's a whole different video we'll get into at some point. But good golly, this is a tale that needs to be said because we're in for a wild ride. The 2022 Game Changers World Championship was the first of its kind, an international tournament for women and marginalized genders with a gigantic prize pool on the line. For a lot of players, this was the first time they were at an international event, let alone a world championship. And like a panic attack in a shower I just had earlier today, there were a lot of emotions on the line. Until this point, Shopify Rebellion and Cloud9 White had fought for every Grand Finals title in North American Game Changers, and I'd say they fought tooth and nail every single time. But that nail would be like breaking all of your teeth. Cloud9 White was unstoppable. They won every Game Changers event since the concept of Game Changers had even started. So when this happened,
now jumps on the top, he's gonna get caught by KP on the left side. But no, this might be it. There's only two left, make that only Bob. A 2 versus 1 against KP and Flowerful. Flowerful on top of the A tower. Everything lays down on this. That's gotta be it! Shopify Rebellion eliminate Cloud9 White from the VCT Game Changers Championship.
And that's gotta...
Oh my. Cloud9 White was not only beaten by Shopify Rebellion for the very first time, but they lost out on the most important tournament of their entire career. They were eliminated from the Game Changers Championship. But then, something no one expected would ever happen, happened.
Online all the time for the last 2 years, finally! Online...
Did you miss it? This is the singular action that sent the entire community into a frenzy, except I just lied. It didn't. In fact, most of the Valorant community thought it was fitting that this individual popped a guiding light with his hands. This is RobWiz. He's the head coach of Shopify Rebellion. He brought Shopify Rebellion from zero to hero. Emotions came through, and he flipped off Cloud9 White. Now, technically this is against the competitive rules of Valorant Esports, but it's happened before, and even if it's called out publicly, at best, players just received a fine and everyone moved on with their lives. Surely, RobWiz would only get a fine for flipping off Cloud9 White, right? Yeah, no. The book was thrown at RobWiz. Not only was Rob suspended from coaching for the remainder of the event, it was the night before Grand Finals. Not only was Rob suspended from coaching for the remainder of the event, it was the night before the Grand Finals. Literally hours before a grueling best of 5 against G2 Gojin without a coach. And it's not even like Cloud9 were the ones that made a whole big fuss about it. In a now deleted tweet, Melange even talked about how they were still friendly with Rob and Shopify Rebellion. They understood. It was just the nature of trash talking. They were all still friends afterwards. They didn't take any offense. But all that public outcry wasn't enough for the higher-ups to change their decision. Luckily though, Shopify did have their assistant coach, Finn, to come in and help. And to his credit, he did do a really good job with the series. But man, what a series. Shopify Rebellion were rounds away from sweeping the entire Grand Finals in a best of 5. They were 2 maps up, and they only needed just a few more rounds in order to take it back from G2 Gojin. But then G2 happened, and kept happening, and reverse swept Shopify to take the title as the first international Game Changers champions. I mean, I got to watch this live at the Radiant GG Arena, and I gotta say, I had all my stocks inside of Shopify. I thought they were gonna take it back, but man, I just feel so bad for Shopify Rebellion. I mean, look at Sonder. Shopify Rebellion lost the world title to the middle finger. Thankfully though, this story does have a relatively happy ending. As of recording this video, RobWiz and Shopify are all still together, and they just came in second place for the 2023 first Game Changers North American event, and while they did lose out to the spiritual successor of Cloud9 White, I have faith that Shopify Rebellion could be champions this year. But just please, don't Don't flip off any more teams, please. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It really means a lot to me. We're trying to grow this channel more, and hopefully we can make something great with it. So until then, I'll see you next video.